Okay, you fans of popular culture of the 20th century, music of that era, especially the music from the 1960s. I'm over here on Sunset Boulevard, actually at 6650 Sunset Boulevard, and I'm parked in front of Sunset Sun Recording Studios, founded in 1958 by Tutti Camarata, Disney's director of recording. He opened this place, and I'm going to take you, and I have gotten this on my channel before, but I'm redoing it because they got a fence around it, and I'm concerned the way they tear everything down here in Hollywood that they're going to tear it down. And in fact, I'm even shocked that, well, with all the wonderful, fantastic music played in this and recorded in this place, legendary, that there's no plaque, no memorial, and it's not even a registered historical landmark. So for the sake of posterity, for you fans of the Doors, Janis Joplin, she recorded her last album, Pearl, here. And one of my favorite groups, Buffalo Springfield, they recorded here their second album, pretty much except Mr. Soul. They recorded that in New York. Fantastic song, but they recorded Expecting to Fly, which incidentally, you can see in the film Joy with Jennifer Lawrence. You can hear it. It's on the soundtrack. So let's go, and what I started with is this magazine that they put out a couple of weeks ago, and there was a great photo of Jim standing in front over here with Paul Rothchild, their genius producer. And let me give you fans a shot the way it looks. It's across from this Blessed Sacrament church right here, Catholic church. Actually, Loretta Young was a attendee there for years, hardcore Catholic. John Wayne's wife, first wife, they were friends. But here you go, the legendary Sunset Sound. Let's get a shot over here of the parking lot. And I brought that magazine because I wanted to get the spot where Paul Rothchild is standing with Jim. I wanted to measure how tall he was. And actually I did that over there in Venice Beach with a photo that they had taken during the Morrison Hotel sessions. And I did measure, and he was about 6'1" with heels. And I just wanted to say that Janis recorded Pearl here. Paul Rothchild was her producer, and she recorded here from September 5th to October 3rd, and then she died October 4th. And then like I said, Buffalo Springfield did their second album here, Sans Mr. Soul, fantastic song. And the Doors did their first two albums here, as you fans know of the Doors. And if you casual fans of music don't know, they did their first album, The Doors, on the 8-track recording console that they had here. And then they did Strange Days. They recorded the Doors album here, the first one, October 24th to the 31st, if you could believe it, that fast. And that small amount of time to get a fantastic song like the end. And here's that part where Jim was standing with Paul Rothchild. And there's another photo with Robbie and Ray right over here in this corner. But like I said, too bad it's fenced in. But I said, okay, I'm here in Hollywood. I wanted to film And then I saw this, and I said, well, they already got Sunset Sun, but I said, okay, what if they tear it down? Okay, so and Strange Days, they recorded here May through August of 1967, almost a year later. And it's between Cherokee Avenue, Sunset, and I don't know what that street is over there. But if these walls could talk, in fact, People Are Strange came out on the Strange Days album, and I'm gonna go to where Jim got the inspiration for that, up on Lookout Mountain, where he lived in 1966, and then he moved out, and then Robbie and John lived there. In fact, all three of them lived together. They were roommates until Jim moved out with Pam to Rockdale Trail, Love Street. And he was depressed one day. Robbie said he just showed up, and Robbie said, well, let's take a walk, man, you know, so you can feel better. And he said that they walked up Lookout Mountain, and there was this overlook, and that's where Jim on the way back got the inspiration for People Are Strange. So in this recording studio where Jim was recording the first album, they said that Bruce Botnick had a TV screwing up the moment, the energy level. And man, he was watching a baseball game, and they said that Jim took a baseball bat, kicked it on the floor, and beat that TV to pieces. And he said, well, we're making music, no fucking TVs. Okay, and then one more thing, the night he was having a hell of a time trying to get the end, and so they said that Paul set the lighting up really nice, mood lighting, and he lit a candle, and then he said that Jim finally got in the frequency, the right emotional situation. And they said that when Paul and Bruce Botnick were in the control room, they said, man, we are experiencing rock and roll history, and this time will never come again. And thank God we got it on 8-track tape. That mythical time, if you were alive at that era, the fantastic energy coming, pulsing out of this area right here. And now it's just a working class neighborhood, and all the glamour and the glitz, it's all gone. People are dead, people are in jail, and people are in retirement homes. Those persons that made that time happen, people for the right time and people for the right moment to all come together synchronistically. So Jim and Ray left us, and all I gotta say is, wherever you're at, Jim and Ray, I know you can hear me, because I have worked in hospice, and I do know when people are passing on, the ectoplasm, the electromagnetism affects the current and the electricity, and there's always flashing bulbs and lights. So I know there is another world. And Jim and Ray, if you can hear me, good night. Sweet princess. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel.